Hello, everybody. Thanks for watching. Just watched an interesting news article, and this one's about our good buddies, the Japanese. As many of you know, both Honda and Toyota have a number of plants here in the United States. And what you may not know is that both Honda and Toyota have both been, even though Trump told them not to, they've been building new plants both in Canada and Mexico. And the reason why they're building those plants there is so they can have a cheaper build process and import those cars to the United States of America. Now, Trump has made it clear that building automobiles in those countries and bringing them back into the United States is not going to happen. Right now, Trump has a 25% tariff on vehicles made in Canada coming to the United States. And those Japanese are saying no, those are going to be covered under Kuzma or the NAFTA, whatever you want to call it. I call it NAFTA. And we're going to import them into the United States no matter what the United States has to say, including President Trump. Well, I think Mr. CEOs of Honda and Toyota, I suggest you not try to call Trump because he's not bluffing. But the raw arrogance to think you're going to do something like that, and they've said that if they move all their operations like they want to, it's going to cost the United States now 840,000 high-paying jobs. I think Subaru, which I'm not sure how many plants they got. I know they got one in Lafayette, Indiana. But Subaru, I believe, is also in that. And I would suggest they don't do it because that could put the Japanese in a very bad situation. Because I think if they do, not only will he block their imports from Canada and Mexico, I'm pretty sure. I'm sure he's going to shut them off from coming in from Japan too. Because both Toyota and Honda are building plants there too that they intended to export into the United States. So in other words, Toyota, Honda, and Subaru want to pull their production operations out of the United States. And they've been planning this for about 20 years, apparently, close to it anyway. And they have facilities that either are or can be operational both in Canada and Mexico. And somehow, all of this, I have not watched on the news here in the United States of America. The broadcast on this that I watched was actually a Canadian company, news company, that operates solely in Asia, as far as I can tell anyway. But I think we're to that time in history where we got to start looking at who's really our friends and who's really not. And it looks like the Japanese are not our friend. A country we thought was our friends, but really, are they? How much of a friend are they? These big companies like Toyota and Honda and all these Japanese companies, they were our friend as long as they could import here or even come here and make money, blah, blah, blah. And when they're not making the kind of money that they want to make or they think they should be making, they just can put screws to us. Well, if they cost us 840,000 jobs, I'd make sure that none of those companies ever do any business in the United States of America again. I'd totally cut them off permanently. And I think this should be expressed to them illicitly. And these big overseas companies, yeah, I wouldn't let them back in ever again if they did. That's my rant for today. Thank you. Take care.